After years off the grid as a former intelligence operative, he instantly spotted flaws in whoever was targeting him. When he got home, he started digging through the trash. He punched holes through every soda can he found, then strung them together with fishing line and hung the cans across his front door as a warning trap. Sure enough, that night the cans started rattling. He rolled out of bed and grabbed the weapon he had ready, gun in hand. He moved quietly toward the door. The cans on that level were untouched, which meant the noise had to be coming from downstairs. Suddenly, a man screamed behind him. His dog had already found the intruder. He calmly walked to the staircase and ordered the dog to stand down. The trained dog obeyed at once. He stepped forward and demanded the intruder's name, but the man kept his mouth shut. Without hesitation, he pulled the trigger and ended him. Afterward, he picked up a knife and a handgun from the body. He lifted the still warm hand of the dead man and fired 2 shots straight ahead. The dog remained calm, clearly trained to ignore gunfire. Then he called the police. The officers sensed something was off, because the dead man's pistol was fitted with a suppressor. In the end, they chose to believe the man standing before them. Later, he returned to his bedroom and opened a hidden compartment. Inside were multiple passports and stacks of cash. For decades, those layered identities had allowed him to stay invisible for 20 years. Early the next morning, he started the engine and drove off. But during a short break on the road, his phone suddenly rang. The caller told him there was a tracker planted on his car and that he could match the vehicle's signal to trace the number back. He did not know what they wanted, but he understood that modern technology had rewritten the rules of survival. Abby turned the wheel onto a side road. Before long, someone began following him, yet all they found was the tracker he had deliberately discarded. Everyone assumed the old man would panic and run, but he knew fighting back was the only way to stay alive. Already prepared, he stepped out of the car swiftly and took down one of the men. The other attacker vanished without a trace. He immediately hid and focused on listening. As footsteps drew closer, Abby sprang up fast, trying to rip the weapon from his hands, but exhaustion caught up with her and she was quickly overpowered. Her wrists were bound tight. The Rottweiler brothers that had been lying low suddenly lunged out. The attacker reacted instantly and dragged him into the car. Just as the dog leaped forward, the man slammed the door and tied up his legs. Though age had weakened his body, his experience was still razor sharp. He quietly buckled his seatbelt. Then, while the driver was distracted, he pulled out a knife and locked eyes with him to break his focus. In that split second, Abby kicked with everything she had. The vehicle spun out of control and flipped. Pain surged through him, and it felt like several ribs were broken. When he opened his eyes, he saw his enemy was still alive. So he ordered the dog to attack and wound the man. Then he crawled out of the wreckage with great effort. Having escaped, Abby stared ahead through blurred vision, but he already knew what had to happen next. He used the attacker's phone to call that number back and issued his final declaration of war. From that moment on, peace was over, and the real battle had only just begun.